So we didn't get the house. But I think I'm okay with it. And here's why. I'm at the airport because I'm going to see what I think is going to be our house. There are kind of two houses we're going back and forth between, so I'm going to see this one. This is like my dream house. So I'm hoping this is the one, and I go put it on an offer, but I'm so nervous. Like, I didn't sleep last night at all, and I had to get up at 3:30, and of course I got up at 2 because I couldn't sleep. So I'm gonna go hop on this flight, and I'm doing a quick turn. I will be home, in theory, by 1 p.m. Just by looking at this grand living room, you can see why I flew down the same way. The molding, the light, the height, the floors, everything just was giving charm. And I love mixing contemporary with the traditional, and this space just screamed that I was going to be able to do that. The original doors, the detailing on the knobs, and I love the idea of having this grand entrance into the living room with these double doors. It's like, hey, bestie, welcome to my home, welcome to my grand foyer, and then welcome to my living room. I just think it was going to make a statement and really give you that closed concept feel that I've been dying for. But of course, having some division would be really nice. And then they had all of the original fireplaces. Only one of them worked, but I love the charm there. I love the opportunity to style a mantle. And I think this house has so much wall space for my art collection. I felt like I could really showcase all of my art and let it shine. Now, the dining room was red, but that's not anything you can't fix with some paint. But again, I just love the tone of these original hardwood floors and all the light flowing in. As you can see, there are no lights turned on as we're walking through this property. This is all just natural light flowing in. Now, there aren't too many ceiling lights, so that was going to be a problem if we moved in here because the house was really old. So illuminating it and doing electrical was going to be a pain. But I loved all the light going in. I mean, as someone who currently lives in a cave, I just thought this was going to be amazing. And it was also going to allow me to really experiment with paint color because I wasn't going to have to worry about a lack of lighting. And when looking at a property like this, you probably think to yourself, oh, the layout's going to be so easy. But I think what you always want to do is do the unexpected. Like, you're probably thinking, oh, like, I'll angle everything towards the fireplace, but where's the fun in that? Then every room was going to be repetitive. So I was really, really excited for that design challenge. And as you look around these rooms, you'll notice that there aren't any closets. So I was also going to be tasked with the idea of adding some storage in a way that looked chic. My idea was actually to take this sitting room and turn it into a proper dressing room. So take out these built-ins, build in a PAX or whatever, add a vanity, add a sitting area, and make this a true like dressing lounge for the two of us, instead of trying to do some type of weird thing in the corner of our bedroom. I think the space had lots of potential, and I think the lighting was really great for dressing. But the one downside is that this was the only route to the bathroom, and this was the only bathroom on the floor. So everyone on this floor was going to have to share a bathroom, which just like wouldn't be ideal with us and a toddler because toddlers are gross. Now this room, this is the room that I fell in love with because this is the office. I would have used this as like an office gym combo, more office because, you know, let's just be realistic here. The light pouring in was glorious, and as you'll find in this property, there are so many bookcases, and I would have really enjoyed using them to display art and sculpture and books in a novel way. I think bookcases are so difficult to style, and I think this would have been really, really fun to do. And also draw attention away from those mini splits. That would have been fun for me as well. As you can see here, more bookcases. We would have had to work around this or conceal this with curtains, with paint, with strategic placement. I think it was going to be really, really difficult in a beautiful way. The staircase also split, which I found really intriguing. I just like the idea that you could take different routes. I loved how large it felt, even though it was 3,000 square feet, which isn't small, but it also isn't massive either. But I think the layout of it made it feel very, very grand. And there are no windows in this hallway, and look how beautiful it is. I imagine this as my daughter's room. This closet was really, really oddly shaped. So I probably would have done some construction to kind of improve the layout in here a little bit, but that wouldn't have been a high priority thing. This space has really good bones, and I'm showing you all of like the beautiful, perfect things about it first, and then I'm going to show you where things went downhill, because I know right now you're thinking, Kiva, this wasn't a fixer-upper. This was totally fine. Yes, this would have been my daughter's playroom, and I think that would have been really great. This house also gave me some pause because my daughter would have had to be on a different floor than my wife and I, and that kind of would have made me uncomfortable because she's so young. Now, this is where things went downhill. They added vinyl to the kitchen, which I didn't love. The laundry room was in the kitchen, so I would want to rework that. And then all of these cabinets were kind of like falling apart. I would have had to redo all of the cabinets in the kitchen, the sink in the kitchen. There'd been a very bad leak in the kitchen, so I would have had to repair all of that. And this would have been a construction zone for a good period of time. I also would have opened up this kitchen and gotten rid of this closet on the left side here because it really didn't offer that much storage, and it just had a microwave in there. I could add a microwave somewhere else, but I would have wanted to paint, reface all of these cabinets, add hardware, and see if there was hardwood flooring underneath this vinyl. Because if this has been tile, it would have been fine, but it was vinyl. It was dirty. It needed to come up, and part of it was peeling. That would have been a labor of love, but I did also love that it had a wet bar, but I don't know what I would have done with all this storage. And also having a toddler with all this storage was just scary because she likes to go into all of the cabinets. This is also the only bathroom that was on the main floor. And it's not a small bathroom, but it is like kind of like a galley style bathroom. And I didn't feel that this was going to be sufficient for my daughter and my spouse. I don't know if you've ever seen my spouse, but she's very tall. You know, I just didn't feel like there was enough space for us here, and this layout just didn't feel functional. So this is something that I would really want to change. And I just didn't like that we'd have to travel through an entire room to pee in the middle of the night. It's not something that I liked at this price point. This house was not under $1 million. So I feel like I want things to be perfect if I'm spending such a grand amount of money. And finally, in the basement, there were quite a number of leaks. Obviously, the basement isn't fully finished, and there was oil heat, which is not something that I'm super familiar with. I didn't feel competent kind of like dealing with the leaks and the oil heat. And then there was also an outdoor space for their privacy. I'm not going to show, but there was this massive tree kind of leaning over the house. And with my grandmother's home, I know how much that has cost me with her home, and I didn't think it was going to be a good financial decision taking care of that in this new property at this price point. I truly cannot express how refreshing it is to be able to just sit and be honest and unpolished about how I'm feeling. So while that house had a lot of potential, while I could really see myself pushing my limits in terms of design and using my hands and being creative, financially, it just wasn't going to be a good decision. And something can be beautiful and meant for you and not meant for where you are right now. I think owning that house would have given me so much financial anxiety all of the time. And that's just no way to live, because I would nitpick every interior design decision that I made and then be like, oh, I'll get the cheaper alternative or I'll settle for this. And it was never going to turn out the way I think that I wanted it to. And I know you're probably thinking, Kiva, what are you doing? Now, I told you 2026 is my year of yes. So I've spent time exercising and, cultivating friendships and doing all that good stuff. And I would like to think, I feel pretty confident that I've become friends with my personal trainer. I am almost in Wonderland. So I feel like I've never really talked very deeply about my weight, like intimately, but I was like almost 300 pounds. And now I am like 3 pounds away from Wonderland. That's what I call the 100s. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling proud of myself. I'm feeling motivated. And it doesn't feel like my life is like, all I'm doing is thinking about losing weight, which is how I felt in the past. Anyway, I think he's been like a really refreshing form of health for me, because when I was looking for a trainer, I was looking for someone who was like really gruff, who was going to be like very militaristic, and that's not what I got at all. He's just like this really nice dude who's like super encouraging, and I'm like, damn, he's being so nice. I'm feeling really motivated. But he is running the half marathon here in Pittsburgh, and he's not feeling great about it. I mean, like, he got sick and he's not feeling great about it. And I think, having someone else believe in you helps you believe in yourself, even when you're feeling a little bit down. So I decided I was going to make him like a little care package. So that's what I'm doing as we kind of talk about this house stuff. Now, I don't exercise in this capacity. But I love to watch people run like Ironmans and like that's what a triathlon is. So I love to watch people run Ironmans and train for them. And they're always eating these damn honey stinger waffles, which to me, they look just like Stroop waffles. But who am I? Isn't that just from the sugar? Who am I? Anyway, these fancy Stroop waffles. So I got these gels, which again, is this not just honey? I got Celsius, which like fundamentally I don't like agree with. I feel like just drink a cup of coffee. It tastes better. I'm not talking about I don't agree with the caffeine. I just think they taste awful, but I'll taste one. We'll see. And then I got him these Go-Go Squeeze. If you are a parent, you know Go-Go Squeeze is delicious. And these are Go-Go Squeeze Active Fruit Blend with electrolytes. I don't know if he'll eat any of this stuff, but he'll eat pretty much anything I hand to him, which I did let him know was a hazard because what if I was a weirdo? But anyway, we're going to make this while we talk about this house. I felt like I would spend every waking second trying to pinch pennies, and we were just going to be uncomfortable. So my spouse is a physician, which is amazing. Love that. And physicians work a lot. And they have call and they do all of that good stuff. I kind of just felt like my spouse coming home to a construction zone every day wasn't going to be practical. I also felt like it was probably going to cause like a lot of marital strife because while the house is beautiful, as you saw, a lot of the things probably will require two people. So of course I would like hire contractors and stuff like that, but some things I feel like I could DIY, but you know, it's hard to hang a chandelier by yourself or do XYZ by yourself. So in the very limited time she had off, it would end up being spent doing like household stuff. And I just felt like we didn't need that for where we are. We've had, you know, we're moving, we had a kid, and my marriage was great. But I don't want to rock the boat. You know, I feel like the boat has been rocked enough. I think we're good. I think we deserve to just be like comfortable. And I didn't also feel like I could handle the landscaping. But most importantly, I think where it was located in the city was going to be too isolating for me. I've said it 500 million times, but it's my year of yes. But I need to put myself in a position to say yes. And everything about this house, the fact that it was positioned off the street, that it was covered in trees so that you can see it, I was gonna turn myself into a hermit. Like I could see myself like I was gonna be the beast. I mean, I was gonna be pretty, but I was gonna be the beast from Beauty and the Beast, like just stuck in the castle, and I was never gonna get outside. And I'm fine with that. Like I am happy to be at home, and that's like kind of the problem because then I don't end up outside. I don't interact with people. I don't get new experiences. Now we will be like in the city proper, and I'm going to see I'm going to be surrounded by people my age. I'm going to have to walk to the grocery store. I'm going to have to walk my daughter to school every day. I'm going to have to like go out. I'm going to like go walk the dog. And like before, like we had to back my dog, like literally, you've seen Wiener. He doesn't like to walk. Like I will take him for a walk. I got to put on a backpack, put him on my back. Like having a baby was the best thing for him because he was like, thank God there's a stroller for me. And I was like, brother, this stroller for the baby, but whatever. I didn't buy you this, you know, $1,000 stroller, but whatever, King, whatever makes you happy. He doesn't like to walk too far. So I knew we were going to walk around the block a little bit, but we weren't going to like get out into the city and stuff like that. This way, like we're going to go out. He's going to meet 50 dogs. Then I'm going to meet 50 dogs. I'm going to meet the owners of the dogs. It's going to be really fantastic. Oh man, this looks peach mango. I think this is just going to force me to get outside of my comfort zone. The house that we are buying is still going to offer tons of projects. We're going to have so many great things to do, but I think it's not going to have to involve my spouse quite as much. So it can be something that I spearhead, which is something that I want to do. I think we actually have a little bit more space in this house and it's just like a lot more affordable. So I feel like the financial anxiety isn't going to be there for me, which is just like a huge plus. I think that our next home, the home after this one, when we're a little bit more established, when our child isn't a toddler who is hell-bent on injuring themselves, I think that a full reno is going to be possible for us. And we spent a lot of time talking about this. And Babe and I basically were like, the two of us, like if we didn't have a kid, this would be like a hell yeah. But It's not going to happen. And honestly, it wasn't up to us because they weren't going to sell us the house anyway. But still, I think like the emotional aspect, we were like, oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? But I feel happy with where we're going to end up. I feel happy also that we just like talked to the mortgage lender. I am one of those people who doesn't like to be annoying. So like, I didn't want to ask the mortgage lender to like run up all of the prices like every 5 seconds for every house that I saw. But then I was like, you know what? I'm going to ask you because I want to make an educated decision because I found another fixer-upper that I was like, okay, this one is good. This one is slightly less work. So we could like definitely live in this one better. And the taxes on that house were so high. They're like $2,000 a month. That is more than I'd like to pay for anything. This is insanity. So I'm not gonna live there either. But I think this is gonna be good. This was a house I wasn't gonna send the realtor to visit at all. But then I was like, you know what the heck? Like I'll just ask her to visit and we'll see what happens. And if we don't like it, we don't like it. Like that's totally fine. But I feel happy about the direction that we're going in. And I think this is gonna be good for us. So I know this is not like the story that you wanted to hear. It didn't end with a happily ever after in this glorious home, but I'm really excited. I had this like delusional idea to like create a miniature dollhouse of our new home to like model it. And Babe was like, okay, but like, don't you just have modeling software? Aren't you an interior designer? And I was like, yeah, but wouldn't the dollhouse be so much more fun? So I'll keep you updated on that part. We're not getting the Victorian, which is really, really sad. But maybe one of you will. If you're moving to Philadelphia and you've got more money than I do and you're game for a fixer-upper, I will happily send you the listing. But Kiva and her wallet could not do it, or, you know, just didn't feel comfortable doing it. And I think that that's fine. I also want to address many comments being like, how could you do this to your spouse? Just make them up and move. That's not how being a doctor works. I had no say. Basically, they tell you where you make a list and an algorithm puts you somewhere and you gotta go. So I would do anything for my spouse. I am so blessed to have a flexible job, obviously, because I work for myself. And if my spouse said that we had to move to Antarctica, I would get my parka and I'd be ready to go. One thing I don't play about is Miss Girl. I will move heaven and earth because I believe in her and her goals. And I think that I've never met someone who is more caring and dedicated to their patients. So no, Philadelphia is where she needed to be. And therefore that's where we need to be. So I did feel the need to clarify that because I did get a few comments attacking me and I was like, whoa. Okay, let's get it right. Okay, isn't this such a cute little gift wrap thing? This bag, like the basket with the ribbon and the wrap was only $8.99. I feel like that's a steal. But we're not ending up where we wanted to be, but I think we're gonna end up someplace better. And I'm so excited to share it with you soon.